Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic host of Bachelor in Paradise, a guy's review. No episode tonight. There's one tomorrow night, but we've got a story of who Tia's dating. Is she with Blake? Is she with James? Is she with Ivan or Aaron or one of those other random guys' names? Well, we'll get into that in a second, so if you don't want to know how the season ends, by all means, click out of here, but we will get to that spoiler in a second. Do me a favor, find me on Instagram at DNeals right there. Right after I release this video, I'm going to be uploading a stand-up clip from my show in San Diego from Thursday night, and a bunch of you guys came out to support. Tons of fun. We are in the infancy stages of getting a nationwide, maybe international, who knows, Bachelor-themed stand-up tour. I'm sure the intellectual property of the Bachelor producers will shut that down real quick. But either way, that's not going to stop you guys from showing up. So I appreciate everyone who came out. Go to Instagram at DNeals for that. And also like this video, subscribe. We'll get into the content. Also patreon.com/DaveNeal if you want some behind-the-scenes sort of podcast and stand-up comedy clips and talking more about my YouTube channel, how we got to where we are. And I keep on ordering new lights. You'll see all the upgrades that I'm doing. I got a new light coming in Wednesday. Big lights. I'm gonna look like I'm getting abducted by aliens by the time this thing's over. All right, let's get into it right here. So we've got Tia. I'm gonna play for you the clip that leads into tomorrow night's episode. We'll discuss how things go down. Blake Monar, am I saying his name right? Blake, good-looking tatty batty, whatever the hell you want to call him, tatty fatty. If I got a tatty, it'd be tatty fatty, just right there. Tattoo some obliques, some core workouts onto me. He sort of is in the he said, she said. They've gone back and forth probably 3 or 4 different times. We'll get into that. Who's right, who's wrong, read your comments. But let's play Tia first, leading into this next episode.
I'm going to the rose ceremony torn between 2 different guys. James has gone out of his way to make me feel special. But
nice
Blake,
guy.
I need you to act like you care about me. I want to be pursued. I want to be chosen.
There's nothing I want more out of this than leaving with you. Like, what more do you need to hear from me? Like, I'm not...
It's not even that. It's just like showing it. Like, I want someone to fight for me.
The competition is high right now in Paradise with James and Blake. I know Blake came in here and probably swept her off her feet, but since then, there's been some commotion and it might be a little bit more rocky. I do think it's gonna be a tough one for her to decide on. I guess her rose is really up in the air. It seems like one of them going home tonight, so we'll see.
Coming up tomorrow night on Bachelor in Paradise. Now, this is from last week. Now, they left us on a cliffhanger, right? They left us on who's she going to end up choosing. They literally, even 6 days later, still haven't gotten to the finish line. So we'll talk about that. So she wanted Blake to do better. And he said, I'll do whatever you need, which probably is kind of like the definition of a simp. And I say that because he says, what does he say? When you refuse to simp after knowing someone for 3 days. That's what he says right there, right? So she was like, look, I just want someone to make me some chicken nuggets like Thomas did for Becca, brought her chicken like a pyramid full of chicken nuggets. She was like, I want something. Do some laundry for me. You know what I mean? Just do something. And he's like, I'm not going to do that. And of course, we got into the discussion over love languages. We went back and forth. Is Blake a bad guy? No, I'm sure he's not. This comment, though, is a hard one to overcome because when you start using words like that, I'm not saying it like it's a bad word. It's just juvenile. It's like, really? You're gonna play the I'm not a simp card for you dropping the ball? It just doesn't really add up. So here's a post that he made. This is a few days old. So he was feeling like, Blake was feeling like Tia mischaracterized what went down. So Tia said this, to give context to how it all played out, right when the cocktail party started, I saw Thomas go by with a tray of chicken nuggets for Becca and a bunch of pics of their dogs just to be cute and sweet for her. And this dude says, I'm not going to set anything up for you, right? You should know how I feel about you. All that stuff other guys do is fake for TV. And I lost my mind. This ain't my first rodeo. It ain't that hard. Give me nugs and fries. Which, by the way, I asked you guys. Oh, sorry, I was on the wrong page there. I was reading off this. Sorry about that. I asked you guys how you ate your chicken nuggets, and most people said barbecue sauce. Some people said sweet and sour. I got somebody who said part barbecue sauce, part mayonnaise, and I'm like, I want to party with that person. That sounds like a delicious addition to barbecue sauce. Anyway. Let me know. Let me know if I'm missing any sauce recipes. So I'm sure, they say, your truth, my truth, the truth is somewhere in between. I'm sure Tia didn't accurately characterize what Blake was saying. I'm sure that's not how it went down. The way they're both talking about this makes you feel like they're definitely not still together. I'll tell you who she's with in a second here. So excuse me, I just ate nuts and I think I just spit one on the microphone. That's gross. Lunchtime, working through my lunch. So here's Blake's response to her. Though slightly misquoted and certainly paraphrased, this is mostly true. I did find having production set up gestures on your behalf to be wildly unromantic, but by no means was saying I wouldn't perform other acts of service to express my interest. While additional context around my confusion defensiveness wasn't aired, my sentiment here was that I wanted to see if something genuine could blossom so early on with real conversations about love, life, and family. I was there to build a connection, not just plan gestures solely due to a request to do so for a favorable edit or so someone doesn't look like a fool. This dude. You know, I actually appreciate Blake adding more context. I'm sure he got a favorable amount of DMs from disgruntled females being like, "Hey man, no one's asking you to like, you know, take over the world here. Just do something nice." And he's saying, "Look, you don't get to see everything that happens." You know, someone had posted some photos of him actually in several different scenarios, giving her shoulder rubs and different things. So clearly they had a good connection. Clearly what she wanted wasn't communicated well enough to him, and he didn't deliver the thing she wanted. So there was obviously, like I've said before, a love currency exchange problem. Love is a currency, but it comes in different types. She's trying to pay with euros. He's only got the Australian dollar. I'm over here with with whatever, and it's like, look, all you got to do is say, "Hey, I'll take this. You want love? Give it that way. You want to receive love? Take it that way." I mean, it's almost like so simple. Yet on the beach, they couldn't figure it out. And could Tia possibly be wanting too much out of this situation? Absolutely. Absolutely. She's looking at Becca and Thomas and going, I want someone who does that. And she might have been not seeing the things Blake was doing for her in that process. You know, I don't know. Could be wrong. It always takes two to tango. So let's read a few of your comments and then we'll get to who she's dating now. Doing nice things for a girl you're interested in and having great conversations about love, life, and family aren't mutually exclusive. Seems like one of those guys that acts like you're shallow for wanting flowers on Valentine's Day. I mean, this guy thinks that making an effort is simping, so the bar is low for him. Exactly. That's where he lost me. If he hadn't reacted that way, I would think it was maybe a miscommunication, two people seeing things in different ways. But that simp post was gross and bizarre considering the show he chose to go on. Yeah, that one simp post clues me into his true feelings, personality, and devalues any of his explanations and reasonings. For sure, the simp post, whether it was done out of defensiveness or what, comes off that way, just juvenile, to be like, oh man, she's not asking for the world here. You know, if he actually didn't say anything, he probably would have looked better than she did at the moment because she was like, you can't do all these things for me. She was kind of the one railing on him. Of course, there's so much more to these situations than what we get to see, but that was his response, that he was trying to add clarity. A big part of Bachelor in Paradise and any show from the franchise is working with producers for cheesy grand gestures to make entertaining television. If you're going to be all self-righteous, don't go on a silly reality TV show. And I probably won't ever get past how smug he was about not being a simp. It's also a chance to get free stuff. It's just dumb to not take up the producer's offer to plan something fun and romantic for you at no expense. It's not that deep. It doesn't mean you're going to marry the person just because you shared some chicken nuggets or a picnic blanket. This guy is a dum-dum. His ego is getting in his own way. I couldn't agree more with those comments. Very well said. Yeah, you have he's like, I don't need to show these gestures. It's like the Bachelor producers are literally paying these low-level staffers, no offense, but that's what they are, you know, the PAs or whatever, to go, you know, fry up a couple chicken nuggets. You don't even have to, like, whenever you watch the show and there's like, oh, I wanted to show you this date over here, and like the guy set up like a magic carpet ride and it's all these props and everything. The guy didn't set that up. They had people do that. They have set decorators. I'm sure they're in the union, whatever the case may be. It's like, just do it. And he didn't want to do it. And for whatever reason, maybe it's because he was defensive because she wasn't receiving his love. Now, people can get, and that doesn't make it right, but people can get defensive if their love wasn't received. If I go up to my fiance and I'm like, oh, you look so beautiful today, I just can't get over that. And she's like, ugh, I feel gross. You know, to her, she's just not absorbing the affirmation I'm giving her. So I could be defensive and be like, oh, come on, I'm just trying to say something nice to you. You know what I mean? That obviously wouldn't go well if that were the case. But we have to understand it's not always the love that we give. It's how people learn to receive or don't receive. And maybe Tia didn't receive the love he was willing to give, and maybe he got defensive over it. Now, I know I'm making a lot of speculations here, but that's what we do on the Power Recap channel, okay? We make giant speculation. If I had to weigh in on this right now, Ref Dave, if I had to weigh in right now, Tia wins. Tia wins this right now. That's why he keeps on making posts about it, because he probably knows he doesn't look good. But with that said, you know, does that make him the worst guy in the world because he works out and called someone a simp? No. But obviously he needs to do a little bit of work to realize, like, hey, Thomas isn't a simp because he put chicken nuggets together, okay? You know, we're overusing this term. Someone call me a simp. Simp Dave out here. All right, here's Tia's relationship, as was confirmed this week by members of the Reddit community. This is who she's dating. Here's your spoiler. You guys ready for it? Is it James? Is it Blake? Is it Wells? Why would it be Wells? No, it's somebody we don't know, which is amazing. It's this guy right here. He did a photo dump at Tia's house. Sorry, I'm losing it today. He did a photo dump at Tia's house. Apparently they're dating. Other people are in on it. And we don't know who this is. So clearly she found a guy. There they are with the mirror selfie. Very cute. Is this in her bathroom or his? Usually, no offense, I don't mean to characterize all women as being messy in the bathroom, but y'all ladies have an electrical fire waiting to happen in your bathroom. There's always a cord like dipping through a pool of water connected to like a hair straightener. So they have this going on. People are like so happy to be a part of it. I'm pretty sure these posts were taken down. You know, she says she just wants her love language to be expressed. She wants someone to do her dishwasher for her. So hopefully this guy knows how to do the dishes. Anyway, so that's it. That's all we have. Read a couple comments. Your journey on Survivor, I'm hollering. So people didn't know who the guy was, which is nice. Just found him out. They have mutual friends and followers. He's not an influencer or famous, just a normal guy. How about that? Maybe more proof she went on the show just looking for love, because now she's with a normal guy. You know, us plebeians that don't have to sell ginger tea on our Instagrams. Although, if there's any ginger tea companies out there, reach out to your boy. I'm not above that. All right, folks, let me know what you guys think. Patreon.com/Dave Neal if you want extra bonus content. We'll have more videos coming out later today. No live stream tomorrow. I will be out all day, but we'll see you soon. Bye now.